In this video, we are solving 6 Edexcel GCSE past paper questions on Surds from paper 1, the non-calculator paper. I have broken them down into 3 levels: bronze for foundation skills, silver for higher tier prep, and gold for those advanced grade 9 questions. So grab a pen and let's jump straight into question number 1. Starting with question number 1, and this is a bronze level and silver level question. So it's a great warm-up to secure your core marks. Rationalize the denominator of 22 over square root of 11. Give your answer in its simplest form. So here we have to rationalize the denominator, which is square root of 11. So here we have written 22 divided by square root of 11. And when we are rationalizing the denominator, we have to multiply this denominator with the numerator as well as the denominator. So we have written times root 11 divided by root 11. Now let us multiply the numerators together. So we get 22 times root 11 divided by, now keep in mind one of the most important rules of radicals or surds, that is, if we have square root of a times square root of a, this will be equal to a. So here we have square root of 11 times square root of 11. So we are going to just get it as 11. We are going to get rid of this square root. Now you have to keep this in mind, if possible note it down, because this rule is used in almost all the questions that appear in exam under the surds topic. So here we get the fraction as 22 times square root of 11 divided by 11. Now 11 divides 22, that is 11 one times is 11 and 11 two times is 22. So we get the simplified answer as 2 times square root of 11 divided by 1, or we can just write it as 2 times square root of 11. So this is our answer. Moving on to the B question, which is a silver level question. Show that square root of 3 divided by 2 times square root of 3 minus 1 can be written in the form a plus square root of 3 divided by b, where a and b are integers. Now let us make a small comparison between a and b question. As you can see the denominator, here we had a single term, that is square root of 11. But here for the second one, we have 2 terms in the denominator, that is 2 root 3 minus 1. So in these kind of cases, when we have to rationalize the denominator, what we do is we write the given fraction as it is, and when we are rationalizing the denominator, we change the sign of the second term which is given to us. So here you can see we have multiplied the numerator with 2 root 3. Now instead of minus 1, we have got plus 1. So we have changed the sign and we are going to divide it by. Now the denominator also gets multiplied with the same term, that is 2 root 3 plus 1. So this is what you have to remember. If there are 2 terms in the denominator, change the sign of the second term and multiply that term with the numerator and denominator. Now the next step is multiplying the numerator terms. So square root of 3 multiplies with 2 times square root of 3. We have written it over here, square root of 3 times 2 root 3, and square root of 3 multiplies with plus 1, giving us plus square root of 3. Now let us multiply the denominator terms. So 2 root 3 multiplies with 2 root 3. We have written it over here. And 2 root 3 multiplies with plus 1, giving us plus 2 root 3. Now minus 1 multiplies with 2 root 3, giving us minus 2 root 3. And minus 1 multiplies with plus 1, giving us minus 1. Now comes the simplification part. So let us simplify this fraction. So 2 times, now square root of 3 times square root of 3, it is of this form. So here we are going to get 2 times 3 plus square root of 3 divided by, now 2 times 2 is 4 and root 3 times root 3 is 3. So we get 4 times 3. Now plus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3, they both are like terms. So they will add up to give us 0. So they will cancel out each other. And the remaining term is minus 1. Now 2 times 3 gives us 6 plus square root of 3 divided by 4 times 3 is 12 minus 1. So finally we get the answer as 6 plus square root of 3 divided by 12 minus 1, which is 11. So here we have got the answer in the form a plus square root of 3 divided by b, where the value of a is 6 and value of b is 11. And 6 and 11 both are integers. So this is our answer. Square root of 5 times square root of 8 plus square root of 18 can be written in the form a times square root of 10, where a is an integer. Find the value of a. So let us focus on the square roots which are inside the bracket first. So one of the easiest techniques to break down these numbers is to break it down into the product of a perfect square number with a non-square number. For example, 8 can be written as 4 times 2, where 4 is a perfect square number and 2 is a non-square number. So square root of 8 can be written as square root of 4 times square root of 2, and square root of 4 is 2. So we get square root of 8 as 2 root 2. Similarly, we can write 18 as a product of a perfect square number, that is 9, with a non-square number, that is 2. So 9 times 2 gives us 18. So square root of 18 can be written as square root of 9 times square root of 2. And square root of 9 gives us 3. So we get square root of 18 as 3 root 2. Now let us plug in the values of these two inside the bracket. So we get square root of 5 times 2 root 2 plus 3 root 2. Now the terms inside the bracket, these two are like terms because they have the same square root, that is square root of 2 and square root of 2. So we are going to add 2 with 3, giving us 5 times root 2. So square root of 5 multiplies with 5 root 2. Now once we have got this, we have to use another rule of sorts, that is square root of a times square root of b will be equal to the square root of a times b. So here we can see that we have square root of 5 times square root of 2. So we get 5 times. Now square root of 5 multiplies with square root of 2, giving us square root 10. Now if we compare the answer which we have got to the form they have asked us, we can see that the value of a is 5. So this is our answer. And you can also take a note of this rule. Now moving on to the next question. Now that the bronze level is cleared, we are officially stepping up to the silver level, which is strictly for higher tier students. These questions are worth more marks and show that 8 plus square root of 12 divided by 5 plus square root of 3 can be written in the form a plus square root of 3 divided by b, where a and b are integers. So let us start by rationalizing the denominator. That is, we are going to multiply this fraction by 5 minus square root of 3 divided by 5 minus square root of 3. Now let us multiply the terms in the numerator. So 8 multiplies with 5, giving us 40, and 8 multiplies with minus square root of 3, giving us minus 8 times square root of 3. Now plus square root 12 multiplies with 5, giving us plus 5 root 12, and root 12 multiplies with minus root 3, giving us minus root 12 times root 3, divided by, now 5 multiplies with 5, giving us 25. 5 times minus root 3 is minus 5 root 3. Root 3 times 5 is plus 5 root 3. Now plus with minus is minus, and root 3 times root 3, we get 3. Now once we have got this, let us focus on this number, that is 12, because we can see that we can break down 12 as a product of square number and non-square number. So we can write square root of 12 as square root of 4 times square root of 3. Now square root of 4 is 2, giving us 2 times root 3. Now wherever we have got square root of 12, we are going to write 2 root 3. So we get 40 minus 8 root 3 plus 5 times 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 times root 3 divided by 25. Now minus 5 root 3 plus 5 root 3, they both are like terms, so they will add up to give us 0 minus 3. Now simplifying this, we get 40 minus 8 root 3 plus 5 times 2 is 10 root 3 minus 2 times root 3 is 3. So 2 times 3 gives us 6, divided by 25 minus 3 is 22. Now 40 minus 6 gives us 34, and minus 8 root 3 plus 10 root 3, they both are like terms. So 10 minus 8 gives us plus 2 times root 3 divided by 22. Now we should get the answer in the form a plus square root of 3 divided by b. But here we have 2 along with square root of 3. So we are going to factorize the numerator. As we can see that 2 is a common factor from 34 and the second term. So we have taken 2 as a common factor out. And inside the bracket we get 17 plus square root of 3 divided by 22. Now 2 divides 22, that is 2 1 times is 2 and 2 11 times is 22, giving us the answer as 17 plus root 3 divided by 11. Now this is of the form a plus root 3 divided by b, where the value of a is 17 and value of b is 11, and both are integers. So this is our answer. Show that 6 minus root 8 divided by square root of 2 minus 1 can be written in the form a plus b times square root of 2, where a and b are integers. Now this is for 3 marks, so you can pause the video and give it a try. So let us begin with rationalizing the denominator. So we are going to multiply this fraction by square root of 2 plus 1 divided by square root of 2 plus 1. Now multiplying the numerators, we get 6 times square root of 2 gives us 6 root 2. 6 times plus 1 is plus 6. Minus square root of 8 multiplies with square root of 2, giving us minus square root of 8 times square root of 2. And minus square root of 8 multiplies with 1, giving us minus square root of 8. Divided by, now multiplying the denominators, we get root 2 times root 2 as 2. Root 2 times plus 1 is plus root 2. Minus 1 times root 2 is minus root 2. And minus of plus is minus. 1 times 1 is 1. Now writing square root of 8 as a product of perfect square number and a non-square number, we get it as 2 times square root of 2. So we get 6 times square root of 2 plus 6 minus 2 times root 2 times root 2 minus 2 root 2 divided by 2. Now plus root 2 and minus root 2, they both are like terms, so they will add up to give us 0. So in the denominator we get 2 minus 1. Now simplifying the numerator, we get 6 root 2 minus 2 root 2. They both are like terms. So 6 minus 2 gives us 4 times root 2 plus 6 minus 2 times root 2 is 2. So 2 times 2 gives us 4. Divided by 2 minus 1 is 1 itself. So we have not written the denominator. Now further simplifying this, we get 6 minus 4 as 2 plus 4 root 2. Now this is of the form a plus b root 2, where the value of a is 2 and value of b is 4. And 2 and 4 are integers. So this is our answer. Let me know in the comment section below if you have got the correct answer for this question. That is the silver cleared. If you want those top grade 8 or 9 marks, it's time for the gold level questions. These are the hardest multi-step algebraic Surds problems from the very back of Edexcel papers. So the question is, show that square root of 18 plus square root of 2 the whole square divided by square root of 8 minus 2 can be written in the form a times b plus square root of 2, where a and b are integers. So pause the video for this question and give it your best shot. And let's see if you can beat this boss level question. Now there are multiple methods of solving this. The first method can be multiplying this bracket by itself and getting the answer. Now I am using a different method, that is breaking down the square roots into product of perfect square and non-square numbers and then solving it. So you can choose any method which you are comfortable with. So square root of 18, we know that we can break it down as root of 9 times root of 2 plus root of 2, and root of 9 is 3. So we get 3 root 2 plus root 2. And these both are like terms because they both have the same square root. So we get 3 root 2 plus 1 root 2, giving us 4 root 2. Now the value of this bracket, we have got it as 4 root 2. Now we are going to square this value as we have to square this bracket. So 4 root 2 the whole square. So 4 square gives us 16 times square root of 2 the whole square means root 2 times root 2, which gives us 2. So 16 times 2 gives us 32. So the value of the numerator is 32. Now similarly, in the denominator we have square root of 8. So we are going to break it down as square root of 4 times square root of 2, giving us 2 root 2. So we get, in place of this bracket, 32 divided by square root of 8 minus 2. And now we have rationalized the denominator, giving us square root of 8 plus 2 divided by square root of 8 plus 2. Now multiplying the numerators, we get 32 times square root of 8, giving us 32 times. Now in place of square root of 8, we have written 2 times root 2, plus 32 multiplies with 2 divided by, now multiplying the denominator terms, we get root 8 times root 8 as 8. Root 8 times plus 2 gives us plus 2 root 8. Minus 2 times root 8 gives us minus 2 root 8. And minus of plus is minus. 2 times 2 is 4. Now simplifying the terms, we get 32 times 2 is 64 times root 2 plus 32 times 2 is 64 divided by 8. Now plus 2 root 8 and minus 2 root 8 will add up to give us 0 minus 4. Now we can see that 64 is a common factor in both of these terms. So we have taken it out times inside the bracket we get the remaining terms, that is root 2 plus 1 divided by 8 minus 4 is 4. Now 4 divides 64, that is 4 1 times is 4 and 4 16 times is 64, giving us 16 times root 2 plus 1, or we can also write it as 16 times 1 plus square root of 2. Now this is of the form a times b plus root 2, where the value of a is 16 and b is 1. So this is the answer. So let me know in the comment section below if you have got full marks for this question and if you have got the correct values for a and b. Now this is the last question in this video and this belongs to level gold. Show that square root of 180 minus 2 root 5 divided by 5 root 5 minus 5 can be written in the form a plus root 5 over b, where a and b are integers. So this is for 4 marks. So you can pause the video and give it a try and see if you get the answer. So let us begin by writing 180 as a product of perfect square and a non-square number. So we can write square root of 180 as square root of 9 times square root of 20. Now square root of 9 is 3. Now square root of 20, we can write it as square root of 4 times square root of 5. Now again square root of 4 is a perfect square number. So we get 3 times 2 times square root of 5. So we get the simplified value of square root of 180 as 6 root 5. So now in the numerator, in place of root of 180, we have written 6 root 5 minus 2 root 5 divided by 5 root 5 minus 5. Now we can see that the numerator has like terms because both of them have square root 5. So 6 minus 2 gives us 4 root 5 divided by 5 root 5 minus 5. Now we are going to rationalize the denominator. That is, we are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 5 root 5 plus 5. Now let us multiply the numerator terms. Now 4 times 5 gives us 20 times, now root 5 times root 5 gives us 5. So 20 times 5 gives us 100 and 4 root 5 times plus 5. So 4 times 5 is 20 times root 5. Now in the denominator, 5 times 5 is 25 times root 5 times root 5 gives us 5. So 25 times 5 gives us 125. Now 5 root times plus 5 gives us plus 25 root 5. Now minus 5 times 5 root 5 gives us minus 25 root 5, and minus of plus is minus, and 5 times 5 is 25. So simplifying the denominator, we get 100 plus 20 root 5 divided by 125. Now plus 25 root 5 and minus 25 root 5, they will add up to give us 0 minus 25. So 125 minus 25 gives us 100. Now distributing this denominator independently to the numerator terms, we get 100 over 100 plus 20 root 5 divided by 100. Now we did this because we need the answer in the form a plus root 5 over b. Now here 100 divides itself from the numerator and denominator, giving us 1, plus 20 divides 100, that is 21 times is 20 and 25 times is 100, giving us plus root 5 over 5. Now this is of the form a plus root 5 over b, where the value of a is 1 and value of b is 5. So this is our answer. And that is all 6 Edexcel Surds question complete. I hope you have understood all the steps and liked the video. And drop a comment below with your final score and let me know if you have got the correct answer for this question as well. And hit subscribe so you don't miss our next topic masterclass. And I will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.